Alright, today we're going to be making a rocket with a report out of a firecracker and a ground bloom flower. The ingredients you're going to need and the tools is you're going to need a drill with a small bit on it, big enough it would fit the fuse, a strip of tin foil, a single firecracker, your ground bloom flower, a thin skewer that's decently long, some glue, scotch tape, and a little bit of duct tape. We're going to start with the ground bloom flower. We're going to unwrap the paper off of it and pull the fuse out. Next, we're going to take our drill and we're going to drill a hole 3/4 of an inch down right in the middle of the top. Okay, now that we've done that, you have your hole on the top right there. And now if you want to add an optional report, which I'm going to, you're going to flip it upside down and you're going to poke a hole inside of this and get all of that out. Next, once you've gotten that out, you can dump this stuff out. That's just clay. You don't have to worry about that. And now we're going to take our drill and we're going to drill all the way on the edge, down another 3/4 of an inch, just till we see some black powder. Alright, so now that we've done that, I'm going to put my flashlight on it. Hopefully you guys can see it on the camera. See that little black hole? It's on the very edge. That's where you're going to put your firecracker in. But before we do that, we're going to need to unwrap this just on the edges until we get to where it's pretty thin. To do this, you're going to find the lip and you're going to peel it off a little bit till you got something like this, and you're just going to unravel it till this point I'll show you next. Okay, so we've unwrapped it till we're almost to the plug. We just got a little bit left. And the next step is we're going to be putting glue inside this little hole in the side and around it. Then we're going to wrap about this much tin foil around where you just put the glue over the hole. Alright, so as you can see, it's wrapped around there pretty good and nice and tight. And we're just going to put a little bit of tape right on here just to hold it on there nice and good, even more. Okay, I put the scotch tape on there. I don't think you can really see it because it's clear. Maybe you can see it just a little bit. But the next step would be we're going to put our firecracker inside of the end that we drilled the hole in. So again, so I'm going to put my flashlight on there just to check where the hole is at. It's on the very edge right there. We're going to put our fuse facing that edge, just like that. Alright, so now that it's on there, we're going to put our piece of tape around where that firecracker's in there, but we're going to wrap it around the bigger part first, then we're going to pinch it onto there so it's nice and snug. Okay, so as you can see, we haven't pushed it on there yet, but it's supposed to look like that right before you push it on. Alright, so now we pushed it on there, just like that. Now we're going to put our piece of tape over those folds right there, and we're going to put it on there nice and tight. Alright, so we've done that. As you can see, it's on there really nice, and it holds the firecracker right in the middle. So now we're going to put our fuse in the bottom, and we're going to tape it up. Alright, so we've taped around the bottom, and we just left a little bit on here just so we could put our stick on here nice and straight. So you're going to put it on there, if you added the report, right to where it turns into the firecracker, but not up where the firecracker is, just down just like that. Alright, we got the stick on there nice and straight, and this is your completed rocket. Let's go test it out. Alright, we got the rocket outside, let's test it out. Alright, as you guys can see, that last one flew really well, but the one before that had a spin to it because I didn't add enough foil. So just make sure you add a little more foil to it. And thank you guys so much for watching. See you in the next one.